Welcome back to The Explainer, everyone. We spend a lot of time taking the world's most fascinating data, breaking down the news and the latest research, and just serving it up for you piece by piece. Well, today, we are putting our finger directly on the pulse. We've got the 10 absolute must-know stories of the day. We're talking the front lines of global innovation, all the way down to your own living room. Seriously, everything from swarms of firefighting drones to the actual scientific reason your dog might be laughing at your jokes. And yes, we're going to cover all of this ground in under 10 minutes.
Okay, let's dive right into this. We've got our 10 stories queued up, 10 minutes on the clock, and we're gonna move fast. I really want to make sure you catch every single detail, so let's get to it.
Starting us off with Block 1, World Tech and Environment.
Just 24 hours. Honestly, can you believe that? That is literally all it takes to build a house in Kenya's newly opened neighborhood. And no, humans aren't the ones doing the heavy lifting here. This is officially the world's largest 3D printed neighborhood. They've completely printed 100 homes using this massive robotic arm. Think of it kind of like a baker piping frosting onto a cake, but, with concrete. In a single day, boom, a complete structurally sound house goes up. And what's really amazing is that the materials and the 3D printed designs are specifically engineered to stay totally cool, even in the extreme heat of the desert. It is just a massive leap forward for sustainable, rapid housing.
Moving on to some awesome environmental news, the Great Bee Recovery is actually here. The latest US bee census just dropped, and honeybee populations have officially hit an all-time high. So, how do we pull this off? Well, it's all thanks to something called pollinator corridors. Basically, across the Midwest, vast stretches of highways have been completely transformed. The sides of these roads are now planted with these deep, flower-filled paths. It provides crucial, safe feeding zones for the bees as they travel those vast distances between farms. It really just goes to show that tiny strategic changes to our infrastructure can completely revitalize a struggling ecosystem.
Speaking of smart solutions out in nature, firefighters out in California are testing a radical new approach to battling wildfires. Instead of relying solely on one massive, super expensive helicopter, they're deploying a swarm system. We are talking about a synchronized network of 50 individual drones that are constantly communicating with each other up in the air. They fly over a forest fire and they map the entire blaze in complete 3D. So the crucial point here is they can analyze this 3D map in real time, pinpoint the absolute hottest spots of the fire, and drop fire retardant precisely where it's needed. It's almost like they're dropping highly coordinated water balloons. It's incredibly accurate, and best of all, it keeps human pilots out of the most dangerous smoke plumes.
All right, shifting gears to Block 2, Science, Screens, and Gaming.
So, does your dog actually get your jokes? Scientists just used artificial intelligence to analyze the brainwaves of 200 different dogs to finally figure this out, and what's truly fascinating is the definitive answer they got. When you tell a joke, or really when you just do something goofy and silly in front of your pet, your dog's brain actually lights up in the exact same reward center as a human brain does when we laugh. I mean, sure, they might not understand the punchline of a knock-knock joke, but their brains are actively processing and rewarding human humor. They literally get a chemical boost from you just being silly. Okay, moving from real animals to superpowered ones, DC Studios absolutely broke the internet today. They officially dropped the first concept art for a live-action Beast Boys solo movie. The art shows Garfield Logan mid-transformation, turning into this massive, glowing green T-Rex right in the middle of a crowded city. It's a striking visual for sure, and the hype is already off the charts. Naturally, this single piece of art has sent the entire fandom into a total frenzy, and rumors are just swirling everywhere about whether the rest of the Teen Titans are going to make surprise cameos in the film. And wrapping up this block, we have a massive surprise from Nintendo. They just shadow-dropped a gigantic update called Super Mario Maker World Edition. And you guys, this changes everything for creators. You're no longer just building single, disconnected levels. Actually, scratch that. It's way bigger than that. For the first time ever, players can design entire overworld maps. You can string together full, cohesive 8-world games. And to top the whole shebang off, you can program interactive weather patterns and complete day-night cycles into your worlds. It's this incredible evolution that essentially hands players the exact same toolkit used by Nintendo's own master game developers.
Moving right along to Block 3, Space and Earth Innovations.
Like sleeping inside a giant high-tech marshmallow. That is exactly how researchers are describing the brand new space hotel module that was just attached to the International Space Station today. While it's currently reserved just for researchers, this module is totally revolutionary. It features the very first zero-gravity sleeping pods. Because, when you're in zero-G, you can't just lie down on a mattress. You'd literally float away mid-nap and bump into all the equipment. These pods are specifically engineered to securely yet comfortably hold you in place, giving you a perfect night's sleep while you're orbiting the globe at 17,000 miles per hour, which is just wild to think about.
And from the stars, we're going deep underground. Geologists have just discovered what they're calling an underground diamond factory inside a volcano in Iceland. And this brilliantly illustrates the sheer power of our planet. Because of a highly specific mix of minerals and absolutely intense subterranean pressure, this volcano actually synthesizes tiny diamonds deep within the Earth's crust. Then, during small, localized eruptions, it literally spits these tiny diamonds out onto the surface. It's just a spectacular geological anomaly, and it opens up a brand new way for us to study exactly how precious gems are forged in the wild.
Next up, Block 4, Sports and Global Culture.
You gotta check out this new smart ball feedback loop being tested right now by a pro basketball league. It's a real game changer. Step 1. The basketball itself has a microscopic built-in sensor that perfectly tracks the ball's rotation and the exact arc of the shot in the air. Step 2. The exact moment the ball leaves the player's hands, that data is beamed instantly to the player's smartwatch. And Step 3. The real-time application. A player can look down immediately after a missed shot, see exactly why it didn't go in. Maybe the rotation was too slow or the arc was a bit too flat, and they can physically fix their form on the very next play. It completely removes the guesswork and accelerates training in a way we have never seen before.
For our final news story of the day, it is officially International Dance Day. Whether it's a viral trend on TikTok or the highly disciplined stages of traditional ballet, dancing has been a core pillar of human culture since the very beginning of recorded time. It really remains the one true universal language, right? It's the only form of communication that absolutely everyone on the globe can feel, participate in, and understand without ever having to say a single word.
All right, time for Block 5, the Daily Knowledge Check.
Let's see how closely you've been following along with us today. I've got 2 quick questions for you. First up, how long does it take that massive robotic arm to print one of those incredible new houses in Kenya? Think back to our very first story. And second, what amazing discovery did geologists find being created inside that volcano in Iceland? All right, lock in your answers.
Okay, let's see how you did. If you said 24 hours for the 3D printed house, you are absolutely correct. Just 1 day to build a sustainable home in the desert heat. And for the volcano, geologists found a literal diamond factory, just spitting out tiny, pressure-cooked diamonds during small eruptions. Excellent job if you nailed both of those.
To wrap things up today, I want to leave you with one final question. Which of these 10 breakthroughs will change your daily life first? Will it be that real-time feedback in the sports you play, drone swarms protecting our forests, or maybe a video game update that lets you build your own universe? Definitely something to think about. Thank you so much for focusing in with me today on The Explainer. Keep that curiosity sharp, and we will see you right back here tomorrow for another deep dive.